Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. When the court-martial of Nakeida Gibson first came on the scene, it came out in public, it was kind of hush-hush. They had charges against her, but you didn't really know the nitty-gritty of the charges. But one of them, they said she was associated with a known drug dealer. It said that. I think they pulled back on that. But it's all about a relationship. A relationship. Yeah, no one gets out unscathed from any kind of relationship when you're sleeping with the enemy. It's something that it could be treacherous, you know. Ask anyone, ask anyone, and they'll tell you they have their battle scars. But she was kind of ignorant, okay? Now, she was seeing a subordinate. She was seeing fraternization seems to be outlawed within the Barbados Defense Force, especially with a subordinate. But somebody's going to be subordinate anyhow. But anyhow, so she was seeing this subordinate, and she called I guess it me out. Yeah. After that, he probably was sleeping, and she called the guy's girlfriend, Rasheda Holder. Who is Rasheda Holder? I would love to have a conversation with Rasheda. But this Nakeida called up the subordinate, the petty officer's girlfriend, and told her how to get into the master bedroom, gave her directions on how to get into the master bedroom, where she found the petty officer, you know, in a compromising position. Well, she's ignorant, though. She's ignorant. You don't get that, you know. Come on, man. You have to keep your head on. You have to keep your head on. So that was one part. That was one part that was really embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. Okay, Nakeida. But then, how did the firearm fire? How did the handgun? How did you get your handgun to fire? Talking about your hand, your finger was on the trigger, and it fired, and it didn't just fire. You know, you had to have pulled it like you're trying to scare the girl. You're fighting over PENIS. No, you can't be in this day and age that you're going to fight over a guy, a male. You don't know that is like outdated. It's so outdated, and it doesn't last. You're never going to have it. Not in Barbados. Not in Barbados. You're not going to have a man for yourself. So you thought by having Rasheda Holder come and see him in that compromising, here it is, see there, compromising position, and then the gun going off, your career was over. She's gonna report it to the police, the regular police. She's gonna go and say, hey, this woman that she was trying to hurt me or kill me or set me up or whatever, she should be fired. I'm sorry. I am sorry. You know, talking about ate her out. What ate her out? What? Who? Yeah, I think that not only the fraternization policy should be upheld, but the gun. And then she had to go to some sort of extremes to replace the bullet, because every bullet is counted. If you have 10 bullets, you're supposed to come back with the 10 bullets. So she was trying to do whatever she needed to do to replace, see this? To replace a round of ammunition after the gun discharged, and she didn't report the incident. She couldn't report it. She couldn't report it. She's there fighting over a DIC. She's fighting over a PNIS. Oh God. Oh God. And a subordinate too. Subordinate. You know what they got? You know what he probably saying? But you have to buy me my clothes. And if you want me to go out, you have to buy my food. You have to make sure that I have my clothes and my shoes. And while you're at it, I need a car. You know how it goes. Are you crazy, Nakeida? Are you crazy? Sub-Lieutenant Nakeida Gibson, 37 years old, should be fired from the military. Sub-Lieutenant Nakeida Gibson, 37 years old, should be fired, should be dismissed from the military. 15 years of service did not teach her anything. It did not hone her skills. It did not teach her how to be emotionally equipped and how to handle herself and how to manage her expectations. She should be fired, okay? She cannot be trusted. Nakeida Gibson cannot be trusted, okay? She's easily turned, twisted, bent. I know that they say that when women have sperm in them, it could affect the brain. It affected her brain. It affected her brain. So if it's not this petty officer, a subordinate, her brain could be affected by the next relationship, and you don't know what she'll do to keep up. She should be fired. She's weak. Nakeida Gibson, she's a weakling. She's weak, okay? And she doesn't deserve to be in that position. Now, you have to wait to see what happens today. And you know, Barbados, a lot of people get away with a lot of things. I'm serious. People get away with murder. People get away with murder in Barbados. So you don't know what is going to happen to her. But this is my opinion. Nakeida Gibson should be fired. Fired. Okay? The effing is one thing, but the discharge with the girlfriend in the room after she told the girlfriend how to get into the master bedroom and then a gun going off, what was she trying to do? She should be fired. I'm sure there's more to this than we will ever hear. There's more to this than we will ever hear, because when it first came out, like I said, they say she was associating with someone who was a dealer, a wheeler and a dealer. Now that is no longer part of this write-up here in the e-paper of Barbados today. They didn't mention that at all. All it's mentioning is a relationship. A relationship. A refaking shit. A refaking shit. Or, you know it don't last. You know there's no love. You know it's just situational, and you know it's an exchange, okay? Everybody's looking for something. Everyone is looking for something, okay? So yeah, fire her. Fire her. She ain't got no sense. Fire her. This is Sherry Veronica.